Welcome back to the Two Trophy.
770 North U.S. Highway 25E in Gray, Kentucky, 40734. Phone number, area code 606-528-0069.
Facebook page, markmotors-inc.com. That's MARKMOTORS-INC.com.
Open Monday through Pro Code, isn't it? It never fails. If you've got a good friend, when you're in need, when you're moving, heavy objects, that's when you call your buddy.
That's right.
And that's when you really know.
You know you're loved.
If you've got a buddy or not.
Know you're loved.
Is if they show up to help you. Because I try to help, and I've got a lot of guys that owe me some favors.
I owe you now.
But I don't. It's not like I got a book of them. But I try to help when I can. But wow, when you Sunday, I get a text. Hey, Dave. Because I was in Lexington with my in-laws. Hey, Dave, how long y'all going to be up there? I need to ask you something. I was like, oh, boy, what are we doing now? So I called him up. I said, I'm coming back this evening. Well, I'm moving my sectional upstairs.
The little sectional.
This is a big old sectional. And Alan lives in a split-level home.
Yeah, baby.
So it's got those crazy stairs from the basement. You go up, 5 or 6 steps.
Yeah, and
then you got
turn.
the landing. And then you got to
Pivot,
turn. You got to
pivot.
That's a friend's. And then you got 6 or 7 steps. And then the turn. And then into the living room. And
of course I say, it ain't that bad, man.
Yeah. And I said, well, sure, I'll help you do it. No problem.
It ain't that bad.
Well, listen, we're not spring chickens anymore.
And it has like 18 sections.
Yeah. It's got a big, as Princess Chastity would say, chase. Is that how she calls it? A chase?
We call it chase.
I always called it a
But
chase.
she calls it a chase.
Chase. Pinky up, baby.
Pinky up, baby.
And then it has like a love seat with a daggone
Love seat.
hide-a-bed in it. It's got, if you don't know what a hide-a-bed is, it's a bed.
It's heavy.
And that sucker is heavy. And then it's got this god-awful corner thing that's round. It's not even a corner. It's rounded. And then it's got 2...
Looks like it ought to be in Austin Powers' house.
Yeah,
or something.
and then it's got like 2 recliners that go on the ends and stuff.
So
there.
tell them about her first journey up the steps.
Well, we
now,
pick
folks,
up.
this should have ended in like 15 minutes.
Oh, it shouldn't have taken no time.
But this is as soon as we were doing it, it was like it's a podcast.
Yeah. And so we start out with the chase,
Chase.
and it's like a bed. All right, it's this big long. It wasn't that heavy. It's a little awkward to turn.
Odd.
But as soon as I picked it up, I'm like, ow! I got a splinter or something. It had staples sticking out the bottom.
Death trap.
And so now I got a bloody finger right off the bat. I said, nobody makes me bleed my own blood. And so Miss Princess Chastity went and got me a Band-Aid and put some Neosporin. I still got it on. I still got that same Band-Aid. She doctored me right up.
Injured.
And because I won't get blood all over their sectional. So we start up the steps, and you go. It's a tight turn. You got to go, and then you got to make a 90-degree turn to the left, and it's tight because of the wall and then the banister, and then you go up the steps, and then you got the banister coming down from the upper steps, and you got to twist around, and then at the top it's very tight,
Very tight.
A little hall to get into to his living room.
90-degree
So you
turn,
have to
yeah,
actually pick the furniture up over your head to go over the banister. And I asked Alan, I said, Alan, when you bought this thing and brought it in, did they come through your front door or did they go through your garage, which connects to his basement? This was in the basement. Or did they just come through your garage? Oh, they just came through the garage. I'm like, dude, it would have been easier for us to take this out the garage, walk around the house, and come through the front door and go up. But instead of making all these steps, so we finally we get up there.
The first piece.
And we're trying to figure out how we gonna get it over your head. Up there. And so, and so we were making fun of friends. So we set it down, and I look at Al and I go, break time. I'm about ready to start sweating.
You're bleeding to death.
I'm bleeding, and I'm like, all right. So we sit down there.
That was 10 minutes.
I'm like, I need something to drink. Give me something to drink. So Princess Chastity got me a Diet Mountain Dew. I guzzled that thing down, and we're sitting there. And finally, okay, I'm ready to go start. Then he goes, oh yeah, this one's got the bed in it. I'm like, what? I said, you got a hide-a-bed? And, and folks, you got the mattress and stuff, and all the metal work. So it's twice as heavy, and it's like a love seat
It's like
thing.
lifting the front end of a truck.
Yeah, and so
With
this
no handles.
time though, when we took the chase up, I was at the top, and Alan was down below. But when we took this sucker, Alan gets on the top because it's going to have to go up over my head. So where does Alan go? Oh, he goes to the top. I know what Alan's doing. And so we get around there, and I'm realizing I'm going to have to pick this thing up over my head. And I've got to turn my hands, and there's staples under this crazy thing. And so I'm feeling around, trying to feel staples, and so it's heave up over my head, and we got it up there, and dude, I was almost sick.
I was too.
I was like, oh, because that Mountain Dew is about ready to come up.
Too old farts.
I'm
moving.
like, I'm too old for this,
old
man.
farts moving service.
And so, we get it sitting there. We take another break.
Yes,
And
that was a little longer than the first
that was a little longer because, man, I was about petered out. I was like, this one about done me in.
And then if that wasn't good enough, the old oddball was next.
Yeah, then we go down. Oh, we got that corner piece. And it didn't look that, when you're sitting on it, you don't notice that bad. But when you put it up on its side, because to make it fit, it was odd shaped. It wouldn't even fit up your staircase.
It's like a piece of pie.
So we had to turn it like up on its edge, on its back. And it's like, dude, there ain't nothing to get a hold of. It's round. It's rounded, and you can't get a hold of it. And then it dawns on me, wait a minute. I've got moving straps at home.
Dun, dun, dun.
Christy bought these for me years ago.
Bless her heart.
They're these orange. Now she got to sell them on TV. They're like forearm lifters or something. It was like forklift. It's supposed to mimic like a forklift the way it was on the commercial. And you just slide them up over your wrist onto your forearms, and then you put it under the furniture, and then you can just lift it. You lift it with your arms, and you're really not having to hold everything. The straps are doing most of the work.
Right.
So I said, let me go get those real quick. I only live like 2 minutes away. So I come home, I get them, go back, and we put it underneath this round thing. And of course,
I don't do it right.
Grandpa over here don't do it right. He's trying to hold it by the. I'm like, Alan, put it over your wrist, put it down on your arms, man.
You got to explain them directions
and
to
so
me.
I got mine on, and about the time I go to put my arm on it, he pulls them up, and it's like I'm about disappeared. So I get them. And it worked great, did it not? That was
awesome.
the easiest one.
And I'm like, where was this the first one?
Yeah, and it's like we picked it, and so we used it on the and it worked great. So,
I actually went too fast. I forgot to hang up.
We got those three.
The steps.
We got those. We didn't have to take a break between the recliner.
We didn't.
No, and so it's like boom, boom, boom. We had it done. But if you need,
We'd got maybe
we moved one piece of furniture really
in 30 minutes.
45 probably.
45.
Well, no, I guess it was
Yeah.
a little about 40 minutes. It took us about 40 minutes to do that. And
But who had a smile on her face?
oh,
That was put
Princess
together.
Chastity was
That's all it's
smiling
about.
ear to ear. Yeah.
But remember, I told you we're going to end with this. What compliment did she give us?
She actually said, this came out of her mouth, you two are true trophy dads.
That's right.
Yeah. Not two, but true trophy dads.
Yes.
Yes.
I mean, how can you go wrong with that?
Yeah. Oh, and get this, folks. Alan and Princess Chastity has invited Princess Christy and I to go on vacation with them this year.
Oh, yes.
So we're going to get to go down to the Gulf side of Florida and spend a week together.
Stalking Hulk Hogan.
Yeah, so we're going to be down there looking for Hogan, and we're going to have some podcast. We're bringing the podcaster with us, so we're going to be doing some oceanfront.
Special guest Daniel Cool.
Oh, Daniel Cool will be there with us. Yes,
Mr. Rock and Roll History,
and a truck driver who sees a whole different side of the world, and
we may do 1,000 podcasts.
Yeah. Well, the rate we're going, it's been fun. But I'm so sore today from moving furniture. I got out of the bed and my back, I was like, oh, Lord. Yeah. So I'm dreading what tomorrow's going to be. So
yeah, use that second day is just to kill her.
Second day.
Thought you may have to get into your stash over here.
Yeah, I got enough over here to knock the pain out. That's for sure. If you uncork some of them there, you'd forget your pain pretty quick. But no, those are looksies.
Yeah. Once again, folks, thanks for listening.
Absolutely.
We love everybody that downloads. Tell your friends, tell your in-laws, your outlaws, dogs, cats.
That's right.
Whatever.
The two trophy dads are back, baby.
Two trophy dads.
What? Who's back? The two trophy dads.
The two trophy dads are back.
We are back. Bigger, better than ever, baby.
Until next time, America. Mark Motors.